Hello, welcome to the class of PHP programming language. So today we are going to discuss about how to generate the SQL query in PHP language. So here, first of all, what is a query? So query is a question or a request, and we can query a database from specific information or having a record set return. So here I am using this query statement that we have used in MySQL as we have discussed in earlier classes. So now for that you have to first of all you have to create a connection with your database. So here you can see that I have included this statement that we have discussed in earlier class. So here I have included the server name, username, password, and here you can see that I have included the one new object that is for the database, and my database is school. So while creating the this database in MySQL command line interface, I have used this database name as school, and here I have also changed the username and password, because for this database my username and password is this, that is tel1 and password is 111. So here after that you have to after creating the this object you have to create the connection. So I have used this same object, and in this parenthesis I also include the database, so it will extract the database from the MySQL. After that the next is to how check the connection, that connection is successfully or it is failed. So here I have used the if statement for that. Next, coming to the part of query. So here we are including the query. So to add the query, here I have created the object query. So query is assigned a string which contain the query, and this query is same as that of SQL query which we write in the command line interface, like select star from counter. So this is used to extract all the information that is included in the table counter. So after that we have uses the another object that is result, and result is equal to con, and it is referencing to the query. Here query is a method, and in parentheses we are using the object query. So query is passed to the con object, and it result is placed in the object result. So here to extract the result from this query we are using the result object. So after that to check that this result object is running successfully or not, for that we are using if statement. So in if statement here I have added the condition that is not result. If the result is not equal, the query is not getting the result, then it will return a error, that is fatal error. So it will show the fatal error. Coming to the next part, this is about how to fetch the data from the table counter. So this is to how to add the query, and this is how to fetch the data from that table. So here to fetch the fetch a result from database, I have created a object that is entry, and entry is equal to result, and after that I have added the function that is num underscore rows. So here the num underscore row is used to get the number of rows in the particular table. So to get the number of rows, how many rows are added in this table, we are using their num underscore row method, and to get these rows we are using the for loop, and in for loop we have created a I object that is starting from 0, and it will goes to a number of rows that we are added in table, that is that we get from the num underscore row method. So I is equal to 0, and I must be less than entries, so it must be less than the entries, and after that it will go to the plus I. Now here come to this part that we have included in the statement of this for loop. So in statement of for loop we have used a result which is referring to the data underscore seek method. So in data underscore seek method is used to adjust the result pointer to an arbitrary row in the result. So it will extract the information from a particular row. So for extracting information from a particular row we are using here the data seek. So like here, if I is equal to 0, then it will extract the information from a 0 row, and if I is equal to 1, that is less than entries, and the plus sign is to increment the value of I after every loop. So here when I is equal to 1, it will give the information about the row 2, that is of the book. And coming to this echo statement, here in echo statement we are using the HTML special character function. So HTML special character function is used to get the special character from the table. If it includes any special character, it will extract that particular character from the database, and it will include it in the browser. So here you can see that in its parent closed bracket we have added the parameters that result object referencing to the fetch underscore associate. Here again we are using the another method, that is fetch underscore associate. So here the fetch underscore associate method is used to access the item from SQL one item at a time. So it is used to get the information from a database one at a time. So it will fetch a single row at a time. So each time around the loop we call the fetch underscore associate method to retrieve the value stored in each cell and output the result using the echo statement. So this is the working of this statement that we have included in the for loop. So here we have included for the writer column book, title, year and ID and ISBN. So coming to here, you can also see in this array we have included the writer, books, title, year, ID, ISBN. So here you have to give the exact name that you have added in the database. Like if you have write a writer, you have to write the writer with W capital, and if you write the book with small b, you have to write the book with small b. So here you have to keep attention while giving the name to this array. And coming to the last, we have added the break statement to get these rows in sequence or after a line space. And coming to the last part, here we have used a close method. So with result as well as with cone object, we are using the close method. So PHP usually return the memory which is allocated for object after finishing the evaluation, but in small program there is no need of closing the connection as it is consuming small amount of memory. But in case of a large program or a large script, we have the need to return the memory after use, so we will use the connection closing method, that is close parenthesis method. So it is important on high traffic pages where the amount of memory consumed is very large and it is rapidly growing. So to call this close method, we are including the result object as well as the con object. So this result referencing to close as well as connect referencing to close will give the information that we are about to close this particular script. So this is all about how to add the query as well as fetch the result from the table that is added in the MySQL. Thank you.